I like men.
To sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun.
I like men. I like men. Hey, what's that video that you gets played at the beginning, like the Z Hollywood thing? Can you guys roll that again? I'm pretty sure. Give me it from the top. No, that's not the same one, man. There's another one. There's another one for sure. Yeah, I like men. I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying there. I like men. We like men too, but we also like women. I mean, I like men to like hang out and like dunk in the face on.
Right.
Like,
big man to the hole, to the rim.
Big man taking it to the hole. That's right, man. But I like women in a different way.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
I prefer them as well.
with flowers.
Yes, in their hair.
Sure, man.
Anywhere.
You give them to them in exchange for like good times.
Sure.
You know, like
absolutely.
there's all these ads that say 100 roses for like
$25.99, something like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm talking about like payment with roses. It's like a code word that prostitutes
Oh,
use
you're right, on the Craigslist.
on Craigslist.
On the Craigslist.
So that type of stuff happens there also.
100 roses buys my time.
Hey, when that came on and I heard I like men, I was writing an email or a little text to our booker. So I want to like let him know. It says no guests yet, and it's 6:01 now. So like the show started. Any idea? Question mark. And then I asked him, is Deepwater Horizon any good? Because he blew off doing his job today for us.
Right.
So that he can go see Deepwater Horizon.
Well, it's also part of his job because he does have to review it.
Sure, I guess that's true. But also, okay, look, that's one of his jobs. His other job is to like book for us.
Yes.
You know, like that's his job.
With a text confirmation yesterday.
Yesterday he wrote me, confirmed, Ron, and he's bringing Anthony. I can't be there, sorry. I didn't care that he couldn't be here. Like, but don't apologize for something that I don't care whether you're going to be here or not. You know,
right?
I don't care. But you're telling me that we have guests. So now we're just going to have to talk about the random bullshit that goes on in my mind, and that means we're in trouble today.
Sure.
We're in big trouble. Here's where we're going to start. We're going to start at Donald Trump.
Okay.
Okay. That guy's kind of a jackass, right?
That's
the collective idea.
A good portion of the country does believe that.
A boob. You know?
Sure.
So,
a buffoon.
So I've heard this, that if their headquarters get calls from 25 people, they will like start doing an investigation and looking into things and seeing if that's something that he should back. Like they get his whole thing is like they just need 25 calls on any subject.
On any subject, and they will start researching the subject.
Yeah, if it's something that he should back or not, you know. So for years here, yeah, 'cause that looks like a boob, right? I mean, that looks like a guy who's just a doofus. You know, so let's use that doofusness because he's going to be our president. Let's use that doofusness for like our advantage. For years, we've tried to get industrial hemp legalized on here.
Sure,
we've had so many different like experts come on and talk about what we could do with it.
We've done our own research by looking it up on the internet and finding out things that.
We've tried to get high on it, and we found out you can't get high on it.
Right.
Like, remember that time I smoked all that hemp and like nothing happened?
Yeah.
I mean, it was you can't get high on it, people. All it does is make our country better. So, like, okay, get out a pen. This is a very important secret number. It is 646-736-1779. And tell the Trump headquarters to have Donald Trump support industrial hemp.
Yep.
All we have to have is 25 people call and, like, say, hey, guys.
They'll investigate it, and they'll find scientists who will completely disagree with our
I don't think so, man.
He is backed by big business. Big business doesn't want it. There is too much
Okay, so what you do, man, is you say, hey, big business buddies, you're going to take over hemp.
Yep.
Like, you won't lose any money at all. Like,
you'll make more money by doing
Standard Oil, like, you're just going to be in charge of hemp for, like,
pressing
gas.
it for hemp oil, so that it can be utilized in vehicles and actually be better for our cars, better for our environment.
We don't want to hurt your business at all. Like we just want to give you something that like terrorists can't attack. And if they burn down a field of bushes, you just grow it back again. You know.
Right.
So like let's have them do that. Let's have Cotton take over the textile version of it.
Sure.
I mean, let's have all these people whose businesses are going to get hurt by it.
Right.
We'll just turn them over into like a hemp-based society.
Yeah.
So like, look, 646-736-1779. All you have to do is call and say, Donald Trump, support industrial hemp. 25 people have to do it. Honestly, I'm just going to start stealing 25 people's phones and just calling from different fucking places. I know you people are too goddamn lazy to do it.
I am amazed that it's that low of a number.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it'd be like 25,000.
No, they think that every call that comes in represents like 20,000 people or something.
So they're taking the whole what do they call it, the focus group mentality.
Yeah.
That one person.
The idea that like this one person actually represents, here's 25,000 people must think that exact same thing.
Wow.
So do that. Call the Trump national headquarters. Say, we want Donald Trump to support industrial hemp. The number again. Get out a pen, people. I don't know why you're just sitting there like watching this on the toilet and not bothering to
You
take
don't
this
even need a
information.
pen. Pick up your phone, push the phone app button, and then start dialing this number in. You don't even have to send it. Just save it.
But
and
are they going
utilize
to
it when you
shrink us away like when they're doing that?
No.
Think
If
these
they're
people have
sitting on the
multitasking telephones?
if they're sitting on the toilet,
Yeah.
they're probably not watching us in the first place.
No,
might
they
be
probably
listening.
are, man.
They might be
probably
listening.
are. I bet every week we have dozens.
It doesn't
of
mean
toilet
it
listeners.
doesn't mean it stops them from hearing us while they're doing this. We're still reaching out to
But
them.
they're
in a way.
not. They're not taking the information 646-736-1779 and calling the Trump headquarters and saying what?
to support industrialized hemp.
Yeah, that's right. Like that could be like the issue that turns America's economy around. That you can actually say, hey, this could actually be a better society and world we're
When
in.
we first started this show, it was one of the things that Obama was so for, was making this a much more greener economy.
He didn't mean that type of green.
Apparently not, but that was the best kind of green economy to really get started. Let farmers start to farm this, and let's be the world leader in industrial hemp. Let's show the world what can really be done with this and how much good can come from it. But we're not going to do it because
You don't even need to say that much. Like when you call up, like you just have to say, like, hey, investigate, and
support it.
the idea that industrial hemp can help our society. Like if we're voting to legalize like the smokable version of it,
Right.
Like we're gonna say, oh yeah, we can use the bad part of that plant and we can get high and everything will be just fine. But we can't use the good part that's going to give us better, oils and materials to build things with.
Yep.
And it's criminal that this is being taken away, has been taken away from our society, and we have to have someone who's going to do it. Honestly, I think you can call Hillary, and she's not going to give a shit about this issue. Because I just don't think that she will. I think that Trump needs things to talk about. So, you can call up his headquarters at 646-736-1779 and say, support industrial hemp.
it's definitely something that would get the country talking about it.
I think so, man.
Absolutely.
I think so. So, that's our important part of the week.
Okay.
Now we got a bunch of baloney to mull over your time with party people.
Sure.
In fact, this isn't baloney. This is super important. You may have seen going behind Brent, coming behind.
I just looked in the camera viewfinder, and there's
Yeah.
somebody sitting behind me.
I know.
I hadn't even noticed there was somebody right
Sure.
behind me.
Sure.
Oh my
You
God.
didn't even notice?
I noticed our guest walked in, but I
Yes?
didn't realize that there was a second person behind him that then sat down behind me because I was so focused
Sure,
on
it-
making
it
sure
was
I
in-
memorized that number.
Well, Kate, did you memorize it? Because you just used that word.
I know. I was trying to. It's 646-1709 are the
No.
No?
No.
Well, 646 is correct.
That is
I
true.
know.
You got the area code.
Great.
So
Well, what is it again then?
646
Yes.
736
736
17
Right.
79.
79, not 1709. That was our old head shop.
No, that was 1109.
Oh, 1109.
Sure.
Well, still.
Pasadena.
Sure.
Yeah.
Missed that place.
Sure do, man. It's not baloney.
1779.
Okay, what are the middle three numbers now? Since you're bragging that you know the last four.
736
You got it.
Yes!
Can you do the whole thing in order right now?
646
Yes.
736
Yes.
1779.
All right. He got it, man.
I got
he
it.
knows
See?
the headquarters, and now you
it's
should
been,
do.
It's been said enough times that everybody who's been listening and watching should have it memorized as well.
They should,
It
man.
is stuck in their brain.
They should.
The Republican head, no, the the Trump headquarters.
These
not
are the Trump headquarters.
Right.
These are not the Republican.
Right, the GOP headquarters would be like they'll laugh and hang up on you.
Actually, man, like they may take your call now. Like I've been watching a lot of like the way that the opinion has been shifting in the last couple of weeks, and I think that all these people who are like never Trumpers are starting to be like, oh, he's not that bad.
Sure.
I hear that like next week that we're gonna have like Glenn Beck even come out and say that you got to vote for her. Even like he's like been just about the most vocal never.
He's saying vote for her.
No, vote for next week. I think he's gonna say vote for him. Like because
Glenn Beck has been anti-Trump.
isn't that crazy? Yeah, because here's
Baffling.
the idea. Yeah, beyond all these people. Okay, we have a voice joining us. I want to introduce this gentleman. Hey, can I get him in here? This is our guest. He's done our show before, but never since it's been a video show. He's done a few episodes back with us on Radio Titans. Ron Pearson, how you doing?
Hey
Ron?
guys, how you doing, man?
Good. How you
Good
doing?
to have you
Good.
here. So all these people who were like super anti-Trump, like all these like Republican stalwarts, like the real bedrock foundation of
Right.
never Trump, like he's not gonna
Rush
do
too.
it.
Rush has been anti.
No.
Yeah, he's actually been on the pro side.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that these people were like so afraid of backing someone they thought was going to be an epic loser, somebody who was just going to get destroyed.
Right.
That they're like, oh, I'll be tainted if
I got a different theory on
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. I'd love to hear it.
Well, the theory is the conservatives or the Republicans have been trashed for a long time by the media. They're so used to getting trashed
Sure.
that they pop up on the victim triangle. You know what the victim triangle is? You have a victim in one corner, the perpetrators at the top, and the rescuers on the side. But they go on that triangle where the victim, they're always playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
So now you find, so everybody's defense. You can't say this, you can't say this. Watch your words here. If you make the statement, come out immediately. I'm sorry I said that phrase. And it's all, that's been happening on the conservative side. On the liberal side, because the media is kind of in with them, you can get away with saying a lot more.
Yep.
So now Trump comes along. He doesn't care about all that. He's aggressive. And so those people, like Glenn Beck, pop over onto the, now he's on our side and he's attacking. We can't have, they don't know how to,
I think
they
there's
don't know
also
how to
still
react.
part of it though, where like they didn't want to back an epic loser. None of them believed that he would even be in a place to be
That he stood a
competitive.
chance. That he
you
stood a
know?
chance.
Because
Yes, sir.
they think he's going to say the wrong thing.
Sure.
Because, like I say, they've been
But
defensive
now
for so
he's
many
like
years.
pulling ahead, and like
Yeah.
they can't say that that's not happening. And for these people, like their entire foundation is going to fall out from underneath them because like you're not backing the head of the party that's going to win, and you've been now so anti against him. Like there's going to be a lot of self-hating backpedaling happening over the next
yeah.
like 2 months as,
Yep.
as all this comes together.
You're correct.
It's going to be
Pretty fun to watch.
It is, man. And honestly, speaking of fun to watch, okay, I know we got to go to a commercial break, but the night before next week's show is the presidential debate,
Oh.
and I cannot wait for these two to like sit down and
For an hour and a half, you were saying.
yeah, and stand there and like not just destroy their chances.
Oh, it's going to be funny. His hair is going to be blowing in the breeze, and she's going to be coughing up a storm. It's just going to be. And he'll be
Honestly, here's the deal I'm willing to make with you, America. You know how much I have been against her in general because I have some crazy, way out there thoughts. But if she makes it through the entire debate next week without like hacking up a lung one time, I will vote for her no matter what.
no matter what.
No matter what. That
Because
is
you don't even
So
believe.
if she comes across as completely healthy and able to and,
completely healthy
and
her
composed.
eyes don't go all like crazy and shit
Right.
and like
well, she can roll her eyes at things he
Sure,
says,
sure.
right?
That's
Okay,
plenty fine.
That's fine.
But if it just happens at some other random time when it's not expected and makes people go, oh man, I will just I'll be with her. You know, like that's the way I feel. All these other people are voting with her. Like there's no standard to what they're doing. They're just with her. So
Well,
if this happens, I'll be
She
with
gets
her.
money from just about everybody on the planet.
Sure.
I think I heard Kentucky Fried Chicken wanted to make a Hillary Clinton meal.
Okay.
And a percentage of the money that you buy the Hillary Clinton meal goes to her campaign.
Whoa.
It's a Kentucky Fried Chicken Hillary Clinton meal. It comes with 2 large thighs, 2 small breasts, and 1 left wing. What?
Hilarious. And with that, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back on the other side, and we'll talk more with Ron about what's going on in the world. So come back, guys. All right.
Do you have an amazing Lemmy story for me?
An amazing one? Everything he does is amazing. The guy puts snarl into metal. Come on.
Big heart. Love that guy. That guy was the real deal in every way.
Lemmy was just a class act. So thank you, Lemmy.
No way I was gonna miss tonight's tribute to the Lemmeister, man.
Let's hear it for Lemmy!
Scream for Lemmy!
Can you feel the energy in the room? Lemmy lives on.
God bless Lemmy, and he will live on through all of us.
To the spirit and memory of Lemmy! Long live Lemmy, my brothers and sisters.
Did you know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above?
You mean they look like this?
Yeah, girl.
So then where are we in television and film?
And where are we in fashion magazines and clothing stores?
Yeah.
So we want to help out entertainment and fashion and media.
Catch the F up.
Watch us on Plus This
Live
every Thursday
at 7 p.m.
on Senate TV.
Get it, all she gonna do is twerk. Hit the club, tell him.
They try to beat you down, they put you on the ground, they leave you lying there, they're broken down, they make a sound. Don't you notice them? They check your life again.
Oh, right. This is Corey Feldman basically making an ass of himself on the
Today Show, right?
Today Show.
Yeah.
I mean, just these cutting-edge dance moves with these girls are called Corey's Angels, and he basically okay. So I have this fake runaway hotline thing that I've been trying to do, you know, where I get these teenage girls to come join me in my house, but no one's ever actually taken me up on the offer. He's gotten people to do it, you know. He's gotten these girls to do it, you know. Hey, look, I have
legal?
Hey, hey, do you have the runaway hotline?
Runaway.
Yes, I've been running this for a while now. I
think that's legal.
I don't know, man. Like, so yeah, I run this. Oh
on
no.
the street. You've been ripped off, you've been used, and you could be killed. There is a way out. There is a way off the street. Not tomorrow.
And look at that
but
guy.
now.
Like, he's thirsty.
You know, these actors are like, hey, I gotta roll. I gotta roll.
Sure.
What are you? I'm perv number 3.
So then I just put him like another phone number. I'm not gonna say that's my phone number because, but somehow like it does get some calls all the time. So anyways, Corey's got these girls show up, and he's now put them in these band, you know, Corey's Angels, and he has this terrible idea that he can now have a singing career.
See, now I'd have less problem with this if he had a legitimate like band of because he looks like he'd be in a rock band. He's got the hair going. He's kind of got
about
that dirty,
looks, really.
It's really about the look. The fact that he's got these, it just reminds me of videos from the '80s.
It's dance moves from the '80s. Those are terrible Michael Jackson ripoff things. Like it's
probably who taught him.
It's really bad. Hey, before we go any farther, I
Sure.
want to say that we have another person joining us in the room right
That's
now.
right.
He was Brant's shadow a moment ago.
Indeed.
Yes.
But now he's moved over next to Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Griffith. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for coming here. It's been a while since you've done our show as well. We appreciate having you back.
And I have MS, so I'm all for hemp because hemp and MS
Sure.
works.
Yeah.
Sure.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen all these a lot of videos on like kids who have it also,
Yeah.
and like the way that it changes them completely. And
There's that. I
so
was.
it's cannabis, but like
But so
same
the
plant.
the same plant, the CBDs and
Yeah.
then the stuff that would come from it. My mom was talking to me just the other day about she and my dad watched a show called Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was talking to Whoopi Goldberg, and she was talking about how she's using lotions that have cannabis in them and how it's helping her. And this is stuff I was telling my mom years ago. I said, Mom, these things are out there. You're having problems with your joints? Try it. You're not going to get high off this stuff, Mom. You're using it for its actual medicinal purposes. You're going to feel better, I promise. And now that she sees Whoopi Goldberg talk about it, it's got to be true.
Yeah, but it still reminds me of the medicine man that used to roll into town. Try this elixir.
100%.
It fixes, it cures hives,
But
the common cold, the flu.
Sure, we've actually seen video though of it like working out and being better for people. So like
it does.
But I hate the idea. Okay, because I believe in medical marijuana, but I also believe in like party marijuana. So like the whole idea of like like I for a long time like I feel that a lot of people who just
believe it exists when you say believe, or you just believe.
I believe
like
it should be
really
celebrated also, like the
Okay.
same way that like alcohol is or something. I mean, people like on TV, like they have a beer at the game and they enjoy themselves and life is great. Like you also
Is it addictive?
Not in the same way. I think that
I disagree.
I think
I
that-
beg to differ.
Okay, so here's an addictiveness that I think it is actually addictive. So like marijuana and alcohol both change your psyche. Like they can make you more relaxed and they can make you more like.
Well,
you know,
marijuana's an actual psychedelic, correct?
Sure, but I mean, also like when you get drunk or drink, you have a little more confidence in yourself, and you have a little more like. So I think that part
It
is,
changes the chemical makeup of the brain.
I
Both
think
of them
that
do.
part is addictive, in that it makes you feel good about yourself, or makes you feel, something else. But
Right.
But I don't think there's an actual like addictive quality that like if you don't have it the next day you're
There
gonna.
is,
you're
though.
gonna
There
be,
is. There is.
I believe that's true.
I lived with it.
Oh yeah, like
oh yes.
you had it in your house or as a person?
No, in my brothers.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They didn't get it in the morning. They stomp it around the house, screaming, and it's pretty miserable.
Okay, now
So
but
I
you,
never
you,
touched
you,
it.
off air you were mentioning how your brothers were it wasn't just weed that they were into, correct?
Correct.
There
but
were other-
the addictive was, for one, weed. For one, I would say weed and alcohol.
Right.
And probably cocaine for a while.
Okay.
Interesting. Actually, something that you said here
But
today.
they did it all.
This will stay in the realm of drugs. But something that you said here today has actually made me change my position on whether I was going to support the legalization of marijuana or not.
Ooh.
This whole time I've been against it because I have a lot of friends that are like they
Weed
are
dealers.
Weed dealers. That's right, man. But you reminded me. Like I think to myself, my friends are going to be out of business. Like they're not going to. I'm not kidding, man. Like, I feel bad.
All you guys crack me up, man. First of all, it's all the medicinal, hemp
That's
seeds
bullshit. I
can
wanna
be used
party.
for this and this
Sure.
and this. And then the other argument is, hey, it's economically, it's going to bring so much money. It's very funny, but it does cause a problem for non-developed brains. So for teenagers, all the way, and your brain doesn't fully develop till the age of 25. Take our example right over here.
Sure.
Right? How long did it take him to remember that frickin' number? Forever.
Sure.
When did you start smoking weed? What age?
18.
There's my point exactly.
Honestly, I said it that many times, and I don't
Anthony,
think I can
you
pull
didn't
it up.
smoke weed before 25 ever, did you?
No.
And he was sitting over there, wasn't even asked, and he came up and said the number immediately. Didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, my point exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, development of the brain. And I love you, man.
Okay,
Sure, it's all right.
so we have we'll have an age that you can
But
start
but
smoking weed at, and I'm cool with that
alcohol
because
is the same thing to brains as well. So I mean, it has to be regulated in the same sense that it has to be tried to.
No, I don't think alcohol actually impedes the brain growth the way marijuana does. But I could be wrong on that.
I think it impedes immediate reaction.
Immediate
in
reaction,
in a
correct.
worse way, though. Like
Yes,
it makes
yes,
you
yes,
do
yes.
dumber things.
But the actual development of the brain, if you do a brain scan of a regular weed smoker at the young age, you'll stop the development.
Okay, before I get too far away from this, here's what I want to say. I want to say that
your friends are going to lose money.
My friends are going to lose money, and honestly, I can never back the government taking over anything. I hate that. Like,
Hey, I get that. I get that.
So I'm not a fan of that.
So keep it illegal for those
but
guys?
I just realized that my drug dealers will just deal harder drugs. Like
Ooh.
so now they're just gonna sell ecstasy
Right,
and
right, right.
mushrooms
Where the money
and LSD. So
culture follows the money. That's my theory.
So Costa and Jet and everyone else in my life, you guys will be fine, guys. You're just gonna have to find some people who want to take on harder drugs, you know. But that's not gonna be that hard to do. You just give it away a couple of times.
It's definitely a better clientele of people.
Right?
Right.
Yes.
You probably make more as like a coke dealer than a drug dealer.
Oh hell yeah, you do. You make more, but
So you guys are gonna have nicer cars. You're gonna have
I
a
know
lot of
someone,
things.
my brother, who one year his skim in the 80s was $100,000
Shit.
of coke, and didn't have a penny to show for it.
Well, yeah, I don't think you're good at saving things. Like when you're, when it comes in like that, it means nothing, you know. Like we had a Freeway Ricky Ross, the guy who was doing all the smuggling for Noriega. He was bringing in hundreds of millions of dollars of coke, and he would fall asleep counting money. Like he would.
Dang, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's hard to do because I would get excited. It would be like Red Bull for me.
Sure,
like
everyone.
Oh my gosh, look at that! That's another stack.
Now remember, he's on cocaine and he's counting like that, so he's super excited. Like it's great.
Exactly.
And he still fell asleep counting it. You know, he was making a lot of money.
I got to imagine the legal places in like Colorado and Oregon have the same problem with their people, not just because of the weed, but since the banks won't let them deposit money.
Yeah.
They cannot have bank accounts to hold their cash because they're federally insured, and by putting the money into those banks and they're federally insured, that means that the federal government now becomes complicit in this, and and they can't do it. It's so there's just boxes full of money just sitting in somebody's.
They're actually being guarded.
Well, I
by
would buy gold and then put it in a safety deposit box.
They're actually being guarded by a lot of ex-DEA agents because, like, they see how much money is being made and how much they could make by leaving the agency and going and working, like, hiding money for
in a legal sense,
for legal businesses.
I have a friend who was number 2 in LA on DEA, and he wanted to get Chapo,
and
and he had a plan for it, and they rejected his plan, but they did get him, right?
Sure.
Then he got away, and then they got him again. He'll get away.
He's a digger, right?
Yes.
He went through the shower.
Yeah, he's
and
really
he had a motorized bike, like they said, a motorized bike on a track. It's like
gangsters and criminals have awesome things, man.
Yeah, right?
Honestly, like if you could do it twice, I think it'd be worth doing it once as like a terrible gangster.
Yeah.
But since we can only do it once, you got to be like nice and pleasant all the way through. What a drag. Hey, we're gonna sit around and fantasize about what type of criminals we could have become in an alternate universe for the next 2 minutes. You guys watch these commercials and then come on back, and we're gonna talk about the Emmys from the last weekend. We're going to talk about the terrible breakup news that is just shattering the rest of the world.
Apparently causing just the most massive amount of distress.
Sure, and the return to the theaters of a movie that could barely be more appropriate than it is right now. So we'll tell you what that is on the other side, guys. Come on back.
Jason Stewart here for Zinna TV. On the show Absolutely Jason Stewart every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Big guests, everyone from the gayest to gay to the straightest to straight. David, what was his name?
He's absolutely Jason. He's absolutely gay. He'll absolutely brighten up.
And it's Mary Carey, of course, Politically Naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct. Dr. Drew, hi. Oh, I'm so.
Guys, how are you?
It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously,
Sure.
if someone like, because a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in,
don't know.
you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get Politically Naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m.
I start. Hi, I'm Moxie.
And I'm Nicole, and we're the ladies of Suicide Girls Radio, the world's leading BYOB radio show. Pour a glass of your favorite tipple and tune in on Wednesday nights between 8 and 9 p.m. as we discuss life, liberty, and the pursuit of free nipples. Oh, just flash it would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? People think flashing your tits is easy, right? And it's actually kind of hard.
people. We're back here on Grand Theft Audio Radio. This is Jake Belcher.
And I'm Brant Thilman.
We're coming at you on Zena.tv, the name that shall stand the test of time.
Yes.
Yes, it certainly shall. Before we went to break, I said that there's a movie coming back to the theaters that couldn't be barely more appropriate than it is, and that's Idiocracy. Heading back to the theaters for a 1-week run.
Wonderful.
I got to see it in the theaters during its initial run, and it's even more shocking on the big screen to watch just how dumb our society can become. It hasn't made it there yet, but we're certainly on the path.
It does make it incredible. I love the theory that Mike Judge has in regards to how the population and why it becomes the way it becomes in the future. In regards to smart people and not so smart people and the way they breed.
Yeah, smart
the way
people.
they breed.
It totally is.
My dumbest friends have more kids than
anybody.
I don't have any smart couple friends that have kids.
But that doesn't mean that the kid's going to grow up dumb. I mean, you're really.
Really?
Why?
Dumb genes with dumb genes or smart genes with smart genes, you know?
I just think.
Okay, just look at trailer parks. How many geniuses are you seeing coming out of the trailer park communities in which the dumbest people who and I'm not saying that people who live in the trailer park are the dumbest, but
are you sure? Because that's what it sounds like.
I know that's what it came across sounding as like, and that's why I'm backpedaling just a little
good.
to say that. But I mean, if you look at your own friends, look at the ones that are the smartest and how many kids they have. Look at the ones that you consider like not as intelligent as yourself, and see how many kids they have, and look at the way their kids are. Look at the way they act in society compared to the way the kids that come from the more intelligent families act. I mean, honestly, there's a very big difference, and you can sit there and go, which one's going to be more successful?
I disagree.
Okay.
I mean, there's a little correlation there, but not
See, we
as
grew
big
up
as
in
you
a
think.
very nice town called La Cañada.
That's where I live, yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't grow up there.
Yeah, you live there now. Like,
yes.
we grew up there. So, like, we
Yes.
understand the idea
Right.
of, like, you know,
eugenics.
Rich, smart people having kids.
Right.
And, you know, then you go out in the rest of the world, and, like, you've been kind of tricked into thinking that everybody has this standard. That
Hey,
they live
Anthony, where were you born?
Chicago.
What part of Chicago?
La Cañada,
South
Chicago?
South side of Chicago.
I hear that's a
Anthony.
really nice
What
section
was
of
that?
Chicago.
Where they're shooting more than they did in
When-
Peru.
More than where? Peru?
Middle East. No.
No.
The Middle East.
Well, yeah, they call it Chirac.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so here's an example right here. He and his wife grew up south side of Chicago in the projects. She is now a PhD,
right?
A doctor of clinical psychology.
Great. How many kids
He's
do they
6
have?
times on the Tonight Show.
How many
One of the
kids do you guys
smartest,
have?
brightest
How many
comedians.
kids, how many kids do you guys have?
Just me. As she said,
So I'm
the
saying
kid.
smart people aren't breeding, and the
Yes.
and the dumb
Now,
people
that's
are breeding.
Now,
That's
hold on.
the theory, you know.
Are her parents are her parents intelligent people?
No.
No. Are your parents intelligent people?
One.
Well, that's why they had one of you. I don't know.
Yes.
But
That's my point. I don't think you can judge. You can't judge a. You know. You,
no, I think the theory in this is that somehow less intelligent people turn towards sex more and just have, you know, they don't think about what it's going to do to put another person on the planet. Where like a more intelligent couple sits down and think, oh, we have to make sure we plan for this and what type of impact could this have on the earth.
Right. So, do you have kids?
No.
Do you have
No.
kids? I have kids.
Yeah.
They are the best thing ever. So if you have more kids, that's
Hey, look,
pretty freaking awesome.
look,
I mean,
look, I-
sometimes
I
I
didn't
hate
write
my
the movie.
kids, but
Sure.
it is such a blessing, every kid. Would you agree that every kid that makes it
Has
is
the
an absolute
potential.
blessing?
Yeah, or just every kid has the potential
Right.
to be
Great.
good,
Amazing.
great,
Right.
moral. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So I disagree with the premise, and I say more kids, go for it, man. Go
Yeah.
for
I'll
it.
tell you what, people, you go see Idiocracy yourselves this weekend. This weekend
Oh,
theaters.
there's plenty of dumb people out there. I'll agree with that premise.
To see if you can enjoy
But I'm
that.
just not going to say that people that have a lot of kids are stupid and people that don't aren't.
It's not a 100% blanket statement. It's just like let's say it's a 40% true statement. They're like 40% of like smart people. Okay? I'm not saying that like 100% of them are like this, because that's impossible, you know. Okay. We got to cover a couple of things. We've glossed past a few things. I want to backtrack a little bit. Corey Feldman, that video that we came in there at the beginning, he's taken a lot of flack now in social media. Like people are just shitting all over him.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's really mean, man. Like he's the only person that is allowed to be made fun of right now or something because people are just terribly mean to him. He put up this video like yesterday where he's crying because he can't leave his house because there's so much public ridicule coming his way. That is a man who's like social media is hurting him so bad. It's not like this can't be the first time he's ever been criticized. He was in like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like he's done some shit. Like this can't be the first time that criticism's ever made it to his ears. I mean,
but people are brutal, man.
Nowadays, yeah.
But he also has like an army of people who are like, "Oh, hang in there, Felds! Like this is great music."
Pink even tweeted out like
support and stuff.
Supported him.
So like he wasn't getting Pink support without this. Like,
maybe I'll do that if I can get her to tweet.
Sure, that's got to be like a valuable social media thing in your pocket, you know. But anyways, he's getting shit all over, and honestly, like the story of it saddens me that a man can stay in bed and cry all day because someone said he can't dance. I mean, he's a professional performer.
Did you watched it, right?
Yes.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched.
Oh, you have to.
You saw
I saw.
something?
Yeah, I saw the
Seriously
clip. I saw
have
that
to.
little clip.
Yeah.
That's all I saw.
But
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy
Yeah.
personally. Yeah, here it is.
Look at this, man. Those are cutting edge dance moves. I mean, we can't hear it, but you know, because honestly,
you know what though? Just as an artist, as a comic, you try things. Sometimes you go for it, and sometimes you fail. I think the problem is the people around him all said, "That's a good idea. Go for it."
Sycophants.
And no one ever said, let's back off a little bit.
I think you're right. I think it has to do with who he surrounds himself with.
Yeah.
And all these people are sitting there going, "No, this is a great idea. It's a great song. You should totally do this. Your dance moves are amazing." And then he goes out and sees it in the regular world, sits there and goes,
The song's actually not horrible. It actually stuck in my head for like a half a day.
If it didn't have the video of him doing his awkward stuff, like you would think this is passable.
And remember when he was a kid? He did that. He was wasn't he friends with Michael?
Sure.
Did an impression of Michael, and he got a lot of press for that. So he's just sticking with the card. That's the card I've been playing in this poker game. I'm going to play this card again.
So this week,
this is my opinion.
This isn't even going to be his biggest story.
And no one said, "You're an adult now. It's not so cute."
This isn't even going to be his biggest story. I guess this week is going to be some bombshell released information on who has been raping him and Corey Haim when they were young boys.
Right? Didn't he have a book? Didn't he come out?
He
with a
did,
book?
but he didn't say who did it.
Okay.
But Corey Haim on his deathbed released the names of it, and now they've been investigating for the last 4 years to make sure that before they release those people's names, that it's dead rock solid. And I've heard like 3 names on it. I won't say it on here because I don't want to get sued, but they are massive.
They're huge names.
And to the point that you know how
career ending for these people.
Yeah, like you can't watch the Cosby
Don't
Show
be
anymore.
so surprised if it's not.
None of these
Hollywood has a way of.
None of these people are Michael Jackson level of talent that you can like. You can go back and listen to like Billie Jean or something that happened when you thought that he was a young man also, like so he couldn't have been raping little kids. Like that part can be okay, but you can't go back and watch someone's movie and watch them for 2 hours and think this person raped little boys for 30 years and got them just passed them around with his buddies.
And I'll give you an example of how unforgiving this type of stuff is. This is what the person I'm about to say, he did nothing to children, but he went off. He became anti-Semitic. Mel Gibson has not done a thing since that.
I don't know.
He did
Right,
one. So far as I know, he's done one film.
He's got a new one coming out right now. But I know he was blackballed for
a long time.
He came back with The Beaver a few years ago.
Right, but that was Jodie Foster was the
Foster.
director.
Sure.
She chose
But
him.
He came back.
He's had one, and that wasn't.
And that was just about yelling about Jewish people. That's not fucking boys.
Right,
for
exactly.
30 years.
This type of thing, these names and this kind of news is so devastating that it could end their careers. Who would want? I mean, Roman Polanski was able to continue to do films, but he had to leave the country. This is the type of thing that you could go to another country and they're going to hate you in that country too because you did this to children.
Unless you go to Greece.
Well, France seemed to accept Roman Polanski pretty well, right? He went to France, right?
Yeah, that's where he's at. You can go to Greece because they like to have sex with little boys in Greece. Hey, we have one more commercial break, and we're
Is that
gonna
true?
Yeah, man, like
That's terrible.
That's what like Greek is like butt sex, you know? Like that's where it comes from. We got to go to our last break. Then we're gonna come back on the other
No,
side. We still have to talk about the Emmys and some other stuff. So I don't think we're going to get to our entire list, guys. What a goddamn drag. Okay, 2 minutes. Come on back.
Did you know that 67% of American women are size 14 and above?
You mean they look like this?
Yeah, girl.
So then where are we in television and film?
And where are we in fashion magazines and clothing stores?
Yeah.
So we want to help out entertainment and fashion and media.
Catch the F up.
Watch us on Plus This.
Live.
Every Thursday
at 7 p.m.
on Senate TV.
I'm Money B, and you can kiss my ass.
Let me swallow my snot.
That's sexy.
Keep up the good work, Mild Net. Ah!
Let me see how I'm gonna come and check out. No, I love you.
Oh yeah, why
No cyclocyanabin, the little.
Do you take one? There you go.
Always switching up. Always switching up.
It's my wedding band. Jumped out my. Oh my God! I hope it's not an omen. Call my wife.
He keeps moving away.
Hi, I'm Rob Schneider, and you're watching T Hollywood V.
Z Hollywood TV.
Dango bang. A dango bang.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna hear that again without hearing "I like men."
Yep.
Yeah, I like men. We had this thing at the beginning where there's like a rapper who's, I don't know what he's trying to say, but it definitely sounds like I like men.
Did you hear that? I hear it
One
every
more.
time now.
I like men. That's all I hear.
Oh, I can't.
Oh yeah.
hear it.
Okay, one more time.
You're not hearing it through your headphones?
No.
Oh, you must have terrible headphones.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome
I'm also
to.
I'm 90% deaf in this year and 30% deaf in this year.
Oh, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
I
No,
love
no.
you.
We're not allowed to laugh at that anymore.
Yep.
Not on the air, you know. Like
Really?
we can only laugh about.
I am deaf though.
Oh.
I'm the deaf one. He
So
has
look-
MS.
Hey,
and I'm
well,
deaf.
you're more than you're allowed to make fun of it, but
Okay,
us
I just did.
normies aren't.
So, hey, look, I was a special ed retard. Like
You were in special ed?
yeah.
Yep.
So like I get to use the word retard all I want, right?
I cannot.
I mean,
it's now the R word.
yeah.
It's just like the new
so-
F word. It isn't fuck. It's
Yeah, because
it's-
what's the word? Well, I mean, not called. It's now not called retard.
Handy-capable.
No, it's where
developmentally challenged.
even more so.
Well, I mean, but look, in special ed, you have all types of kids. You have ADHD.
Yes, but
you
back
have-
then we didn't.
You have dyslexic. You have.
I was just a
and
little
You also
jerk.
have actually mentally retarded, which is different from the others.
Yes.
But they called it retard classes.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yes.
La Cañada.
How did
I
that
went
affect
there.
you?
It did in lots of ways. I don't particularly care much for like authority because I don't think that I should have been put in those classes, and I argued my way out of it eventually. So
Yeah, eventually he
Go
was.
Spartans.
Well,
Yeah.
eventually he was put into AP classes. I mean, in junior high, he was in these special ed classes. By the time he was an undergrad or like a junior in high school, he was taking AP courses.
I ended up setting a record for La Cañada of graduating with the most amount of credits ever. Like no one had ever had.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I'd be surprised if I wasn't still number
That's
one.
insane because you guys have no idea how advanced this school is and how many kids just. There's some
We
kids
were there
with
the
all
fir-
AP classes.
We were there the first year they became a blue ribbon school. Like it was
Yeah.
that was all done under us. So I know how
Yeah.
like
It is a
meticulous
tough
and
school.
strenuous that school
I'm
got.
impressed, man.
So yeah, that was
I bow to you.
Oh, well, honestly, like it's worth zero.
So our friend,
Yes.
Mike Lacey owns Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa Beach.
Oh, cool.
He was in special ed classes growing up because he stutters tremendously, and he's also so dyslexic he can't read more than a couple of sentences. Yet he owns the best club in the country. He's best friends with Jay Leno and on down the line of all the best comics. He hangs with him every week, and he has a place in Palos Verdes. I mean, he's done really, really well.
Yes.
And yet school, to me, it makes me laugh because school said, you're only this.
Right.
But he became
You were
that.
classified as such, and that was the stigma
Yes.
that went with it
Yes.
until you became an adult and were able to go, all this stuff was just bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
look at what I've been able to do.
Yeah.
Here's where truly my problem came from. I was able to do all the work super quickly, and then I would end up with 40 minutes left in the class with nothing to do because I
he'd
knew the
become a
answers.
disruption.
Serious?
Yeah.
So I could just get things done, and then when I'm left to my own devices,
like a super genius, dude.
I don't know if that's true, but I do know that I'm not dumb. And I was put in a class with a bunch of dumb people, and
You just
yeah. So
Yep.
it was
Which
terrible.
only exacerbated the whole thing because they were trying to teach him at a level that was remedial when he needed something that was going to challenge
To
him.
Yeah, the Maserati.
But honestly,
Yes.
like this sounds terrible, but I became king of the retards. I had like an army of people who were mistreated and that would do anything for me because I was the only one that was like.
I
you
would
know,
say there's a different treatment of that now at that school,
Oh,
and I know that
absolutely
firsthand.
at all school levels.
Yeah.
We have because there's a spectrum especially for autism and
Good
other
word,
things.
by the way.
Yeah, but there is a grander understanding. At the same time, there's still a deficit in the people who at our age understand it well enough to be teachers for it. I mean, it's going to take this generation that is in this now to be able to then pass on what they learn and how they learn.
Yes.
I mean, my best friend has a 10-year-old autistic son. I've known him since he was 2 weeks old. He is as close to a son as I can have at this point in my life because I just haven't found the woman who's willing to have my baby.
Hey,
Poor guy.
hey, Sunset Boulevard is only 2 blocks away, my friend.
And you want to make sure they don't get
Okay,
pregnant. The trannies out here. in
I
Santa Monica.
have standards too. Okay, I'm not looking for any orifice that's going to accept my genetic makeup and turn it into another child. I'd like
Picky.
I know. Aren't I horrible?
That's his problem.
Jeez.
But this,
Right?
this,
Yes,
one,
sure.
this wonderful boy, because of it, I have learned so much more about how these kids learn and how they develop. And by learning that myself, I know that he's becoming better because I know how to treat him. I know how to talk to him. I know how to,
Yes.
in a way that wasn't done for Jake or for kids that were classified who probably would have been on some kind of some portion of that spectrum back then.
Right.
It just didn't exist. You were either a normal kid,
Yep.
you were an AP kid, or you were a remedial kid or a retard. And then it's just
So I have a friend that graduated last year, and he a few years back he was in a different school district before he came to La Crescenta, which is right next to it.
That's where I live now.
Okay, it's a great school district
Sure.
there too. So, but in the other school district, he's totally deaf. So they said, "You're special ed. This is what you are." He went over to La Crescenta, and they go, "We're going to give you a signer and follow you around."
Wow.
He graduated straight B's.
Wow.
Now he's in culinary school. He's doing all these things. One district said, "This is what you are." The other said, "Let's see what you can be."
Yes.
Oh, I know. In high school, I felt unchallenged, and it wasn't until I got to college that that my grades improved. In high school, I was a C student.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you were unchallenged.
I felt that way. I felt that homework was a waste of my time. Once I got the
You
concept,
sound like my son, man.
Once I got the concept, it was boom.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Why do
Let's
I have
move
to?
on.
Why do I have to keep showing you my work for 50, 2 pages of
Yep.
50 problems that you want me to show you? I've already just give me the test.
My
Let me show
son
you.
said the exact same thing.
Well,
Exact same
okay.
thing.
I mean, I know we're running out of time, but I did read a very interesting story about a teacher in Texas who has said, "I'm not going to be assigning any homework. The only homework is going to be stuff that they didn't finish in class. Whatever they don't finish, I want you to make sure they finish it, but I want you to do things that have
Okay,
been
so I don't want to
proven."
undermine this idea because I
Right.
understand what you're doing, but I also have heard some teachers are now not giving out homework because, like, it makes their jobs easier. Like, it's actually a total
Okay.
drag to have to
I get
go
that,
and
but
grade all
okay,
that
but
stuff.
but what the
So they're just doing it to be like,
That's not true.
well, okay,
yeah, it's true.
the-
man.
the reason-
they're concentrating on
A
other
couple
parts of the
them,
job.
the ones that smoke
They're
pot.
the bad teachers,
never
you're
really
right.
smokes
The
pot,
bad
man.
teachers,
Like,
you're right.
maybe
I think
it's just
the
edibles. Maybe they don't
I think
smoke.
this teacher really cares because she was saying the type of stuff I want you to do with your kids is spend time with them, read with them, have dinner at a table with them. Don't have dinner in front of the TV at separate times.
Yes.
Sit down, talk, Go out and play. Go out and do stuff as a family, because that has been proven to expand a child's mind more than the homework that's being sent home. That's just, it's tedious, and it makes you resentful for school.